Okay, so today we're going to be animating on twos using an arc. And so this is what we're going to create, something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like first, and then I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to turn off the onion skinning for now, and then you can see how that plays. So what we're also doing is using slow in, slow out. So we use slow in by making these circles closer together and then making them closer together here at the end. So it has a slow in and then it builds up speed and then slows out. Okay, so the closer they are together, the slower they move. The further apart they are, the faster they move. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start creating this. It may not look exactly like this one. So first, you will need to open Adobe Animate by clicking on the Start menu and opening Adobe Animate. And then you're going to go to Create New. And you should leave it at 1280 by 720. Make sure that's what it says. And the frame rate should be 24 and platform type ActionScript 3.0. Okay, so then go ahead and click Create. So for now, I'm just going to leave my stage color white. You're welcome to change it now if you want to, or you can come back and change it later. Okay, so first you want to make sure that you do have the default white and black selected. And then we're going to use our pen tool to create an arc. So this pen tool works a little bit different than Illustrator. I don't care for it as much, but we got to work with what we got to work with. So I just clicked here, clicked and let go. And then I'm going to try to kind of come here, and then I'm just clicking and dragging to make my curve this way. Now there's other ways that you can do this, so you just do it the best way that you can. Okay, so once you have it drawn, if you're not happy with it, just draw it again. There's different ways too that you can kind of adjust this. You could use your free transform tool. Make sure that it's all highlighted, because if you highlight some of it, it's only gonna get like a piece of it, and then it's gonna leave that off. It's really not fun. So anyway, maybe you want it a little wider. I want mine a little wider, maybe a little taller, so I have more of that arc shape. Now I can tell it's not centered, but I really might just leave it because I don't. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. So now I'm just going to move it down. This is going to be my arc here, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer. I'm going to lock this arc. And I'm going to create a circle. So I'm going to come to the rectangle tool, right click, and select my oval. If you want, go ahead and choose a color. So I'm going to hold shift when I draw my circle. And then what I want to do is I'm going to zoom in so you can hopefully see this a little better. So you see the circle and has this stroke. Well, it can be a little annoying. If you click on the circle and try to drag it, you can see that it leaves the stroke behind. So every time you want to click on it, you have to like either physically highlight it and then move it. If you highlight some of it, it's going to move just that piece. If you attempt to try to click both holding shift, maybe you can do that. So what I'd like for you to do, and this is if you want to leave it fine, but click on just the stroke. You can do that by just you can see how it turns into that curved line. You're going to click on the stroke and just delete it so we don't have to worry about that happening. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out. And I'm going to line up my circle here on this arc. Okay, next thing I want to do is come to frame 25, hold down shift and click the top and then the bottom frames. Then we're gonna come over here to insert keyframe. Now we're gonna come to this top layer, double click it and change that to ball. And make sure again that you just have this top frame selected on 25. And you want to make sure you have your circle selected. So when you click on it, it should kind of have these little dots that appear on it. We're going to hold down shift to drag it and make sure that it drags straight across and then have it touch that line there. Now you can see that this ball is no longer here, but if you come back to frame 1, it should still be here. If it's not, then you might have the wrong frame. You might have added the wrong frame. Okay, so now we're going to go to the middle-ish area, which is going to be about frame 13. So again, see now I'm clicking on it, I see I'm on frame 14. I'm going to make sure I'm on frame 13 and insert a keyframe. And now I'm going to grab my circle and just move it kind of here in the middle area. Okay, and now we want to turn on our onion skinning, which is right here. So you can see right now it's showing that first one and then this last one. Not last one, I'm sorry, middle one. But I do want to raise that up just a little bit. Move it over. Okay. So now what we're going to do is start animating these on 2s first. So you can start either from here or here. I'm going to go back 2 frames, which would be frame 11. I want to insert a keyframe and then drag the circle there. Okay, then we're going to go back 2 frames to 9, insert a keyframe. And if you want, you can extend your onion skin to see more of the frames. Okay, I'm going to go back 2 more to 7. Going to insert a keyframe. I feel like I might have made the circle a little too big, but if you need to go back and adjust any of them, just make sure that you click on that correct frame. Okay, I'm not liking that. Okay, so I was on frame 7, now I'm going to be on frame 5. I'm going to insert a keyframe. So now I'm going to be on frame 3, last one on this side. Insert a keyframe. And now for these, we want to adjust these where these are like super close so that will help our slow in, slow out. And for some of these, you might need to adjust them with your arrow key. So I'm going to move this one closer. So it comes in slow and starts speeding up. Okay, so now I'm going to come back here to 13 and then do the same thing on this side. So we'll be on frame 15. 17, insert keyframe. 19, insert keyframe. 21, insert keyframe. 23, insert keyframe. And then again, remember to make these not have as much space in between them, make them closer together. And you can again come and extend your onion skin so you can kind of see a relation. See, like here, you can see the amount of gap and how this one's a little bit closer than this one. So this is, of course, mine, not necessarily how So you may need to make some adjustments, whether it's spreading them apart or bringing them closer together. Okay, then you can turn off your onion skin and just kind of see how it plays. It looks pretty good. So if you're happy with that, turn on your onion skin and just find a place where you want. You can select either the first, the last frame, the middle frame, somewhere where you can see these different layers. I'm going to do the last one, and this is where you want to go ahead and take your screenshot, doing Windows Shift S. And dragging it over. Make sure you get your stage and your timeline with both layers. Okay, just like that. You'll click on it to save it. Remember, the save button is up here. But that's not all you're going to turn in. You're also going to turn in the GIF file that moves. So first you want to come to this arc layer, and you can go ahead and turn that off. So that way when it plays without it. And then you're going to come to File, Export, Export Animated GIF. Right now, it has a transparent background because I never set a stage color. You can go back and do that by just clicking on it, or you can uncheck the transparency and change the color here. So I did green. I'll do like a pink. And then you should preview it because right now it looks like nothing's there. So you want to make sure that something is showing up. I'm not seeing anything. Just be patient. Yes. So that's how it will play. Make sure that on looping that it does have forever, because if it's just once, then I only have one chance of seeing it right, then I have to download it, reopen it again, and each time. So make sure that the looping is forever. It should have GIF up here, and then go ahead and click Save. It's going to ask you where you want to save it, so figure out where you would like to save that, and make sure that you change the name. So I named mine Arc on Twos. You can name it that, or you can name it something different. Then you want to go and open your folder here at the bottom and find where you downloaded it, and just kind of make sure that it plays. Because if it doesn't, we need to go back and export it again so that it'll play. So if it's playing, then you're good to go. So then you'll turn in your screenshot that you hopefully saved. So you'll have this turned in and this attachment turned in. So you'll be turning in two files on your account.